Okay, this is Seattle Showgal here with We All Have Hooks for Hands. So 3 members of the band, so you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Dave Lethko.
Isaac. And Tim.
Cool. And they are from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, here in Seattle. They're playing at Numos tonight. And you guys want to first tell me the name of your, or how you came up with the name of your band?
We always just say drugs. There's really no other good explanation.
Yeah, drugs.
Okay. Is there any significance to the hooks, or?
Not really. It wasn't intended that way, I don't think.
But yeah. I guess other people could see it some other way. But I guess we didn't really attach that much meaning to it when we came up with it. So.
Cool. So, how did you guys first start out then? You guys started in college, I think I read?
Yeah. A bunch of us were in college together, and then Isaac here was living only about an hour's drive away. So then we just kind of started putting people together, and we actually started recording a little bit, which is kind of how, we formed the actual members of the band. Like, if someone would come over and record, then they're pretty much in the band, I guess. So that's how it started.
Cool. So how many people are currently in your band? So I think I read earlier you guys had 9 people, and it looks like you have 6 now.
6 touring.
Okay.
There's a couple people that are just not here, that aren't going to be here for tours. But yeah, usually 9 in Minneapolis, 8 in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, we have a violin player that lives in the Twin Cities, and then our bass player is in Germany, and we had another keyboard and trumpet player that is in California. So
Wow.
it's kind of, whoever is around and willing to play, pretty much.
Cool. So you guys just had your first album, or your second album actually, come out less than a month ago. So how do you decide, I guess, who gets to record the album if your touring band kind of changes?
Well, that's kind of this exact, pretty much the same situation where we'll, we happen to be recording it in Minneapolis, and so, the violin player lives in Minneapolis, so he was able to do it, and, whoever was around. But at that time, we had pretty much 9 people, almost all the time, before those other 2 left.
For the first record, there was a lot of people on it too, because that was all DIY in a basement. So people would come over and then throw down some tracks.
My dad is on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
But I mean, it's it's kind of a collective of friends and just energy, I guess.
That's really cool. How would you say your second album is different from your first album?
It was all pre-written before it was recorded. We recorded it pretty much live in the studio with only, with pretty minimal, extra tracking, vocals and stuff, but the core of everything was done in one room, and it was rehearsed, and the first record was kind of written as we recorded it, so, I mean, it ends up sounding quite a bit different that way, so it did, and we also did it in a pretty decent studio in Minneapolis called the Terrarium, and so that made it sound a lot better than if we did it ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. Is this your first time being on tour? Or?
No, this is the longest we've been out. But
we were here, we played in Portland with Starfucker. They just changed their name.
Yeah.
But that was last minute. We came up here with a week to book a show, so we just kind of played a coffee shop or something. But it was our first actual time actually coming and playing a real venue here. So it should be pretty fun, I hope. Seems alright.
That's cool. So is this your first time in Seattle, or have you been here before?
No, we've been here a couple times. Mostly we were just playing. We had shows in Portland, and then we had days off, and so we really last minute booked a couple shows, but they were very small and not well attended. So
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I think this will be bigger.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, this is our first actually promoted show in Seattle.
That's cool. How do you think your music is being received?
Well, we got invited out here.
Oh, I don't know. It's too early to tell.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard thing.
I hope it's going good.
Is this kind of a tour to promote your new album?
Yeah, and kind of to make it, we just kind of want to do this to make it a job, but it's not like we're making it a job yet. We still have to go back to school.
Oh, really?
So yeah, everyone's going back to school after
Oh, wow.
this. This was like we had like an opportunity to try to see what we could do, but we'll be back at it. I hope coming out here regularly. I hope.
Yeah, definitely. You guys still gonna play when you all are in school?
Probably just around home, you know, play local shows.
Local South Dakota shows.
Yeah.
Means nothing.
Are you planning to have a new album or another album, I guess, at some point?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll start recording
Yeah.
as soon as we get back.
I think we're all anxious to start writing again.
Yeah, that last one took way too long, so we're gonna
Yeah.
hop on the horse right now and start going.
Cool. Who would you say your musical influences are?
It's probably quite a hodgepodge.
Why don't we just do our top ones right now? For your style, for your guitar, because I don't care like what drums you like. I don't give a shit.
I don't know, like we all kind of grew up listening to different things.
It shows.
Yeah.
Tim has the old folk. He has
Yeah,
the folk vibe.
I played in some folk bands when I was in high school and then
I played in like hardcore bands and punk bands, and Dave was in. Just go ahead and say you're in marching band. But yeah, everyone kind of has different influences. Like even like in the car, like we'll argue over like what we're listening to, like why are you listening to the new Jay-Z album? It's like 'cause I like the Jay-Z album and stuff like that.
As far as like the sound goes, though, I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, just like some things, like I guess, like since we had like 9 people there for a while, and I mean, we still kind of do, but just kind of like bands that have like a big dynamic, like Broken Social Scene and things like that, just like tons of people on stage, like having a good time with like big sound.
Stage
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
I like it.
So that's, I think that's probably one of our bigger influences.
That makes sense. I think when I first heard your music, I was thinking the Shins.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Got that. Got one of the other ones. Metro Milk Hotel-ish.
yeah,
Come on, Tim, agree.
I agree.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, do you have like 1 or 2 songwriters, or do you all kind of, is it like a collective when you write your songs too?
Eli does a lot of like just like the I'm crying in my bedroom writing, and then
What?
Tim. Yeah, I know. I just said it.
Yeah.
Tim does some writing, but then he pretty much like presents it to everyone, and then it'll change like instantly.
Yeah, most everyone writes their own parts for their
Yeah.
instruments, though.
It's just usually like a structure is laid down before.
Yeah.
Pretty
and
traditional.
Kind of all just bring it together.
Pretty traditional crying in the bedroom writing.
Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to say or close with?
We're excited to be in Seattle, and we were having a good time so far.
Yeah, we're happy to have you.
Looking forward to the show.
Yeah, so
Awesome. So this is Seattle Showgal with We All Have Hooks for Hands, and they'll be playing at Numos tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.